Hi, I'm Etty, your wine curator here at Plonk Wine Club, and I'm super excited to tell you about some really cool discoveries we have in store for you all for your December shipment for the holidays. Now, the first wine I want to tell you about hails from the Cachapoal Valley in Chile. It's a great, super small organic producer called Butron Budinic, and this is their Karma bottling. Now, it's a blend of 50% Carmenere and 50% Malbec. You most likely have seen Malbec really only from Argentina, but the truth is that there is a good amount of Malbec grown in Chile as well, and this is such a great example of that. This wine has this beautiful balance to it. It's definitely densely concentrated, it's full-bodied, but it has this beautiful acidic lift that makes the wine sort of light on its feet despite its weight. It's just so beautiful, very fragrant, very aromatic, a lot of beautiful blackberry fruit, some sort of brambleberry stuff that you see in this wine. It's just such a great example of a natural wine from Chile that's made with such a delicate hand. That I think it's really sort of an exception from this region and super unique in style. This wine is also aged in a combination of clay amphore, which is quite rare in Chile, and some stainless steel as well. Then moving on to a really cool sparkling wine we have selected for you all for this month. We have a great Prosecco from the Veneto in Italy, from Val d'Albiadene. It comes from an organic producer called Alessandro Bortolin. And the really cool thing about this wine is that it's called a Prosecco Col Fondo. The bottling is actually called Fonduel. Now, what Col Fondo means is that the wine is actually made in a champenoise style, or in the style of champagne, where the second fermentation happens in the bottle. So unlike your sort of ordinary Proseccos, where they use what's called a Charmat method, where they take a big tank and they pump in a lot of CO2 to make that wine sparkle, this is made in a very different way. So this is just like champagne. The wine is funneled off into bottles, and the second fermentation happens in the bottle. Now, they don't disgorge the wine, which means they don't take the yeast plug out. So what happens is that yeast plug, which is the fondo part of the title, settles down to the bottom of the wine, and it creates that sort of unfiltered, cloudy look. So don't be alarmed when you see some floaters in there. It's definitely supposed to be there, and it gives this beautiful texture to the wine and also attributes some really beautiful sort of yeasty and brioche aromatics. The wine is also very bright in style, made of 100% Glera, which is the classic grape of Prosecco. And you'll see a lot of Granny Smith apple and really nice Meyer lemon fruit. It's just very bright, fresh, and again has that great yeasty quality that you get from that fermentation inside the bottle. And then moving on to a really cool red wine we have from Spain. It hails from a region called Arribes, which is a sort of an unknown region on the border of Portugal along the Duero River. It's a wine that combines two grapes, Tempranillo, which we all know, and then another grape called Juan Castillo, which is a very rare and unique grape, particular to this region. It's grown on these granite terrace soils, and this wine has this beautiful minerality to it. You'll get a lot of that sort of crushed graphite note, a lot of that steel, the slate that you get from that kind of terrace granite vineyard. It's just such a beautiful wine and really unique in style. Again, a certified organic producer called Bodegas Frontillo, and the bottling is called Follaco. So hopefully you'll enjoy these really cool discoveries for December, and we'll see you next month.